So you want to be an outdoor wood burner owner. Well, guess what? There's a lot of work that goes into that. And stay tuned and I'll show you exactly what you need to do. Okay, it's Sunday morning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give the reaction chamber a little cleaning out. If you look at the bottom here in the reaction chamber, there's a nice pile of ash there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to clean that out. My ash in the firebox isn't too bad, so I'm going to kind of let that burn down a little bit. I filled the wood burner last night about 10:30, so it's I'm going to let it burn down. So first, I got my wheelbarrow here, and what I'll do is I'll get my shovel and I'll scrape that bottom box out, and I'll fill my metal wheelbarrow full of ash and then haul that to my garden. Let me grab my poker first. Where did she go? There she is. What I'm going to do first is take off this back cap, clear out some of this soot here. And if you look all the way in the back, which you probably can't, there's a little hook that I'll put my poker in, hook onto it, and I'll shake the chains inside the heat exchangers. So I'm going to turn my flashlight on here on my phone. Got it. Now if you listen, so that's all done. And what that does is it kind of goes through the heat exchangers there and knocks off any soot, and it goes to the bottom of the reaction chamber. Okay, that's on. So let's go to step 2. So I have my flat shovel here, and I'm going to pull some of this ash out. You'll see how much I pull out. There's still some hot coals in here, so it's a good idea to use a metal trash can or a metal wheelbarrow. That's what I'm using right now. I'm also gonna move my poker around in the wood burner itself, just so I can bring some of those ashes down as well. These ashes are going to be really hot. And then this end of my poker, there's little channels in the back of the wood burner, so I'll take this in the back and pull that, all those ashes I shook down from the chimney. Okay, let's fill up the wheelbarrow. There we go. Okay, so I have a half a wheelbarrow full of hot ash. We'll let that cool down for a minute. So now every morning I will fill this fire box. Lately, since it's been so warm, I'm only using about, I would guess, around 10 to 12 pieces about this size. So that's what I'm going to do here. So every morning, approximately 6:30 to 7 o'clock before I pull out for work, I'll come in here, scrape my ashes with my poker, get everything loosened up. There'll be a nice hot bed of coals, and I'll throw these 11 pieces of hardwood onto the fire. And if I have any extra room at the top, I'll throw some of the slabs I have from my sawmill. And those are my sawmill slabs that I've had seasoning for over a year. So those, you know, don't totally heat it really well because most of it's pine or hemlock, but it works really well with the seasoned hardwood. And as you can see, I still have a nice pile of firewood, and this is almost the end of December. It hasn't been cold yet, but it's gonna get cold here, and I'll go through it quickly. So next I'm gonna throw on the ground here what I'm gonna be able to load up the wood burner with today. So for today, I'm not going to put as much in since there's a decent bed of coals in there with some semi-burn up pieces. So 7 pieces. So I've got 7 pieces of hardwood in there. I'm not going to put anything else in, but this is kind of the place where at night, this is where I'll kind of take my slabs and just throw them in on the top. So I'll throw a few in just so you can see that. So that fire is burning really, really well. When you have a hot bed of coals, that's how you get the most out of your wood there. If you look on my gauge, it's at 186 degrees, and then the next figure will say DO, and that means door open. So once I close that door, you'll kind of see it go into action. So this is a central boiler classic edge 550. So it's known as a gasser, so you have to use seasoned hardwood in this unit. So once it's closed, come back over here. Now we've got a temperature of 186 for your water temperature, and I believe it was 564 for the reaction chamber. So as that burns, that reaction chamber is going to get hotter, and it would be upwards of 700 to 1,000 degrees, maybe 900, I guess, in that fire chamber. So it does a double burn. With these gassers, as you can see, that smoke is very minimal to where you can't even see it at all. I've got a neighbor that lives down the hill, and it looks like a train is coming through with all the smoke that's coming out of that unit. So let's get rid of the ashes now. So I'm spreading all my ashes in my garden for next year. So what I'll do first is spring here, or even maybe later winter if it's not too snowy, is I'll kind of spread all this out. I've got a pile of sawdust on the one side, and I'll kind of smooth all this out and maybe even run my rototiller through it just to kind of get the ground all mixed up nicely and try to prep for the soil for next year's garden. I've got my garden beds here to the left. So I've got 6 raised beds. I use those for tomatoes and peppers, cucumbers. So it's a nice little setup. Okay, on a normal day, without having to clean out the wood burner, it approximately takes me 5 minutes to come out, open the door, take my poker, push through all my coals, and load up the wood, especially because it's right here. So like I said, on a normal cold winter day, you're probably looking at 12 pieces of firewood. So that's about 7 a.m. in the morning. We'll come out tonight at 9 or 10, fill it up with probably maybe 12 to 14 pieces with some slabs, and then I'll get that ready for the overnight burn. So I'll see you again here about 9 o'clock. Okay, we're back out at the wood burner. It's 9 o'clock on Sunday night, so we're going to do the second load of the day. Right now, temp is 185 for the water and 245 for the firebox. So let's open her up and see what we got. If you look in there, we've got plenty of wood. So that was from, I believe, 7 or 8 this morning. Hasn't been cold. I think it was about 45 today. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll give it a quick stir in here. Might take my shovel and kind of scrape the top while I'm out here and the sides. That's the black clear creosote from the top, but that burns off. There's a good. All right, that's all scraped out. Probably gonna put about 5 more pieces of wood in and call it quits for the night. It's not going to be too cold tonight, so I'm not going to need a lot. And I want this to burn down. Let's do 2. We'll do 2 more pieces, and that'll call it quits. They're small pieces. Then we'll throw a couple slabs on top. I'll just do 1. That's plenty for tonight. Okay, we'll shut the door, let her get rolling. So that's it. So I do that every day. 2 fills, 1 in the morning, roughly 6:30 to 7:30 on the weekdays. Weekends maybe a little later. And then evenings, it's usually 9 to 10 o'clock before I come back out. It's been relatively warm here in Pennsylvania, so I haven't filled it as full because it doesn't need to heat the house that much. So it's been a pretty mild winter. It's been very good. I don't have a gas bill. I don't have a propane bill. I've got an electricity bill. That's all I have. And I roughly pay in the wintertime, I'm gonna guess with my whole house and heating, roughly $250 to $300 on average. Not bad at all. It's not for everybody. So if you're thinking about this, just know there is a lot of hard work behind it in order to save the money on your fuel bill. But honestly, I won't go without one. If this ever goes, I'll probably go the step higher. I'd like a 7, I don't know, is it a 760 now or 700? I'm not sure. But this is my second central boiler, and I will get another one. I stand behind the central boiler name. The Edge 350 is a great wood burner. I don't burn as much wood as a normal one. So again, great furnace. That's all I have for you today. I will be posting more videos over the holiday break. I'll have some time off of work. If you have any questions about outdoor wood burners, please drop it in the comments below. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. I really enjoy making content for you, and I plan on keep coming. Thanks again, and I will see you on the next video. This little bit of smoke coming out of the chimney. Once it kicks into stage 3, that's when all the smoke goes away. Pretty cool.